The 2-inch reach advantage at yesterday's weigh-in, both coming in under the 160-pound limit. And the key unified rules for this title fight: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight's ruled a no decision. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecards. So here at the Miami Highlight Fronton, getting ready for Maselino Masoe versus Evans Ashira for the vacant WBA Middleweight Championship. We get the formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Miami Highlight Fronton here in Miami, Florida, as we have a big night of action in store for you. It's an intimate night of World Championship Boxing, and it's all brought to you by Don King Productions, as sponsored by Tony Brown CM Exchange in association with Showtime. This bout coming your way is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Gonzalo Riveras, along with the Florida State Athletic Commission. Introducing our judges, scoring this bout from ringside, from Alice, Texas, Ruben Garcia. From Maracay, Venezuela, Gonzalo Riveras. And from Miami, Florida, John Rupert. At this time, introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the bout, working in this his 17th world title bout, Tommy Kimmons. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBA Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold lettering. He is fighting out of Aarhus, Denmark, by way of Mombasa, Kenya. He weighed in at 159 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 23 wins, no losses, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the WBA International Middleweight Champion, currently ranked number 5 in the world by the WBA. Please welcome the African warrior, Evans Ashira. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 12-round vacant championship attraction. He is wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from South Auckland, New Zealand. He weighed in at a trim and ready 158.5 pounds. His record stands at 25 wins, 2 losses, with 24 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBA number 4 ranked middleweight contender, introducing Maselino Masoe. Once again, Tommy Kimmons is our referee in charge of this bout. 12 rounds of boxing schedule.
Let's go. Fighters in chief second. Gentlemen, this is a 12-round fight for the WBA Championship of the World, and I gave you your instructions. I want to remind you, this audience is here to watch you fight, so keep it clean. Touch him up.
Despite being a second-level middleweight championship, prospects for a spirited affair. Maselino Masoe, a real pressure guy, all but one of his 25 wins by knockout, 15 of his 24 knockouts within 3. Undefeated Evans Ashira, a muscular fire plug, not known as a big knockout guy, but a relentless body puncher who throws a lot of punches, very effective at close range, always on the attack. There's the bell for round 1. It's scheduled for 12 with a vacant WBA middleweight title. In case you're wondering, this became available, this title, when middleweight king Bernard Hopkins became the WBA's super champion, opening up the regular title. Hopkins expected to beat Robert Allen next month to set up a mega fight with Oscar De La Hoya, who meets Felix Stern, but make no mistake, Hopkins, the man by which all middleweights are measured these days.
Masoe coming in off a 7-month layoff. That's the second longest of his career. The other was 1 year. And so, of course, that's always a concern. And Ashira, an 8-month layoff. So both these men, some danger early in the fight. Of course, as you point out, they're both aggressive, and we see that early. Here's Ashira pouring forward.
Yeah, this could either be very explosive or very messy or a bit of both. Two fighters not known for their finesse. Ashira, perhaps the better boxer of the two, with speed being a big difference. Masoe feels Ashira is one-dimensional and just looks to load up. But two guys who seem meant for each other, both successful longtime amateurs who got late starts as pros, both very physical, and both, as Al pointed out, haven't fought since September.
Ashira very aggressive here in round number 1. And Masoe so far hasn't stopped him from coming in.
And how many people can you say participated in 3 different Olympics? Maselino Masoe, 88, 92, and 96. 7 Olympics all told. His record, 4 up, 3 down in those bouts.
Yeah, 7 Olympic bouts, and did not medal, but acquitted himself well. Here goes Masoe now, pushing Ashira back. And you see the jab. He really wants to use that punch, and he's starting to get it on track here in round 1.
Here's a good left hook upstairs by Masoe. Very tough. It's always forward march from Masoe. Aggressive. Looks to get inside. Not much polish, but uses his strength as a weapon. He just goes straight in, but he needs to do it effectively. He's been working on volume of punches. We'll see if he throws more than usual. Ashira, the African warrior who's never actually fought pro in Africa. 21 of his 23 fights in Denmark. Born in Nairobi, Kenya. Moved to Aarhus, Denmark at a young age. And he was in the 96 Olympics as he's getting tagged now by Maselino Masoe. Beautiful left uppercut followed by a right. A barrage by Masoe.
Good straight punches by Masoe. I mean, he is getting through the defense of Ashira, who wants very much to attack, but he's leaving himself open.
And down goes Ashira.
4, 5,
Can't be saved by the bell.
6, 7, 8. Go to your corner. You okay? Go to your corner. Bell run.
So the fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. They continue the count.
All right.
And there's urgency there.
Open your nose. Breathe in.
Put some in. Put some in.
Put it in there. Put it in there again. Come on, brother.
Put some in. Put some in. You're sleeping.
This is how it happened. The right hand of Masoe, a counter right hand and a straight punch, and that's what he needed to do in this fight, not throw wide punches. Ashira's punches were wider in the first round, and that's part of the reason why he was nailed with that counter right hand. Lots of power from Masoe. Even on the inside, we see him ripping the short rights and the uppercut, and this was the one that sent Ashira down. Ashira very lucky there were only moments left in that round.
Timing is everything, and Ashira going down for the first time in his professional career. So a great start by Maselino Masoe. 25-2 with 24 knockouts. A 7-year pro who turned pro at the age of 30. And there's the second knockdown.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You all right? Come to me. Come to me. Give me gloves.
Ashira gets up very quickly.
Get back in your corner. I didn't call you out. Stay
2
in your corner.
knockdowns for Maselino
Let's go.
Masoe.
Box.
Boy, Tommy Gibbons took a long time with Masoe, but it doesn't matter. He is whacking Ashira.
And a left hook, and that's it.
Come on. That's enough.
There's no
That's
3
enough.
knockdown rule, but
That's enough.
according to Tommy Kimmons, the ref, he's seen enough anyway.
Maselino Masoe averages 3.5 rounds in his fight, and we just saw why. He is a powerful man, and if you stand in front of him, he can give you fits as he did to Ashira, and at 37, he gets a title.
Maselino Masoe wraps up a vacant WBA Middleweight Championship. A Stoppage by the referee, Tommy Kimmins, here in the second round. I'm a little surprised myself after watching tapes of Evans Ashira. He loses for the first time, 23-1 now. Masoe goes to 26-2.
You know, Evans Ashira attacked with abandon in this fight. And, you know, when we were chatting with him the other day, we were looking for signs that he might use his jab, straight right hand, use a little more of his speed, and he might be a little quicker than Masoe. And he kept saying, I am going to attack. And by golly, he did, but his punches were wider. Masoe's were straighter and more compact, and ultimately that was the difference.
Masoe captures the vacant regular WBA middleweight title.
In the second round, it would be again a right hand by Masoe that would send Ashira down. A good, short, straight right hand. And give Masoe credit for not trying to throw another punch while Ashira is down. You don't always see that in boxing. This very compact right hand with Ashira's left hand low. Right over it comes the right hand by Masoe. Masoe himself has been known to be a very wide puncher, but for this fight, he corrected some of those issues of the wide looping punches, and he told us they were going to throw straighter punches and they'd reduce more volume of punches, and that's exactly what he did. Here's where the fight ends, and he shows us a different punch in his arsenal, the left hook. And at that moment, after this third knockdown in the fight, Tommy Kimmins had seen enough. And for Maselino Masoe, maybe a little bit of a surprising victory. Not that he couldn't have easily won this fight, but maybe it's the ease with which he won it that could surprise some people. But he very good combination punching. They did come up with the volume of punches that they want.
A startled Evans Ashira in disbelief. Hadn't been down at all as a professional. Goes down 3 times within 2 rounds, and Maselino Masoe, close friend of David Tua, with plenty to smile about. Jimmy Lennon Jr. with the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 44 seconds in round number 2. A referee in charge, Tommy Kimmins, stops the contest. He's the winner by way of technical knockout and the new WBA middleweight champion of the world, Maselino Masoe.
Obviously, the man to beat at 160, still Bernard Hopkins, the WBA super champ. Did tonight's performance by Masoe enhance his chances for a possible future shot at the winner of Hopkins versus De La Hoya, if indeed that's the case? If Hopkins gets by Robert Allen and De La Hoya by Felix Sturm. Stay tuned. And coming up next.
Right, thank you very much, Steve. Maselino telling us he's not very good in English, so we will bear with you and we will all try and translate and help you. Congratulations. Was this easier than you thought it would be?
No. I thought the guy's going to come to fight, but I know maybe he watched me on tape, but I know he's going to come to fight. But it was planned. I'm going to box him the first round until I come in and smack him. Because what I see on the records, he didn't fight any puncher like me. So that's my plan for this fight.
Maselino, why have you not fought since September? Why such a long layoff?
It's very hard to tell, but yeah, with some management difficult. That's why. Yeah, but I love to thanks first of all, thanks God for the tour, and thanks Don King Promotion for giving me the opportunity to prove I got still some love left in my age. Doesn't matter what age I am, but I still got something left.
Now let me ask you, will you want to try and fight Bernard Hopkins, and do you feel as though you can compete with him?
Be honest, I feel I can, because be honest, I spar with some of the top boxers in the world, especially in America. I spar with David Reed, with Pernell Whitaker, and I feel like I can fight if I train properly and I'm in good shape. I can fight anybody.
All right, congratulations to you, Maselino.
And I love to have the opportunity, Don, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much.
We're going to do great things together.
Thanks very much.
All right, congratulations.